Mark, is it live? Oh. Oh. Ugh. All right. Let's do it. Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Qué tal? Yo soy Caricol. Oh, hold on. I'm echoing. I'm sorry. That is my fault. I'm turning up the sound. Not echoing anymore. Okay. We are good to go. Let us know in the chat, guys. Ones, if there's no echo, are we good to go? Are we good to go? Let us know in the chat. Thank you, people. Welcome, ladies and snails. We're getting ready to go. We got a hot show lined up for you tonight. Mark, should we tell them or should we just keep it a secret? I like your style. Marcus. Okay. Is your full name Marcus? I'm still gonna call you Marcus. You can call me Snail. All right. Or Mr. Snail. Or don't tell anybody this. My name is Eric, but don't tell anybody that. I'm Snail. All right. Here we go. I didn't hear that. Okay. Guys, first we're opening up Maker World. We're looking at some models. We're letting people join the stream. Mark, no sound. Mark's got no sound. No. Hold on. No sound on Mark. Hold on a second. Here, let me get you in here. I got you, Mark. Stay still. Stay still. Say something. Okay, tell me. But speak.
Speak, friend, and enter.
Okay, guys, do you hear him? Hopefully, there's no echo though. One's in the chat if everything's good. Okay, I think they're good though. But it takes like 15 seconds to go through, so you know how it is, man. We got a long loop around.
We did get a yay.
We did get a yay. One. We're in. We're good. We're good in the chat, guys. We're gonna be looking at some models today, but we got some other stuff we got to talk about. We smell big success from 3D printing, man. We really do. At least I do. Mark's on the fence. M3 doesn't know. But I want to get you guys engaged in the chat. I want to know what you guys think. What are you guys smelling? What The Rock is cooking or not? I need to.
Is that what he said?
Yep.
I never watched professional wrestling, so I have no idea what the sayings are.
I know it. Well, the 80s kid said I'm a dang Mac user and I'm trying to stream. Yes, sir, I am. All right, here we go. We're looking at Maker World. We're jumping right in. What's hot? Oh, whoa. Hold on. You can't see this yet. Do you got it up on your other little screen there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Hold on. Let me find something. Okay. Whoa. Okay, what do you think about these? Let's talk about this for a second. I'm curious on these. These are getting a ton of downloads. These little docks. Apple does this thing. All they do is a little update where you turn the phone sideways. Hold on. Let me lock it. Watch this. You turn the phone sideways when it's in power. Hold on, I got to put it in power. Mark, you got to see this.
Okay.
All right. So I got it in power, and then I turn it sideways. Don't look at my daughter. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. How do I do it? Anyway, usually when you put it in power and you turn it sideways, it shows up. That's not doing it now. Of course it's not. But when you do, when you dock it
with Snail.
maybe it's with magnetic. I don't know. But when you dock and you turn it sideways, it turns into this mode, this like do you see it on the screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So and you can change that and everything. It's super cool, man. But people are doing these like, I don't know, what are these called? Docks? Yeah. These standby docks. Dude, these things are hot. Look at this. Released on December 3rd. He's got 96 boosts, 1.2. He's made a couple $100 on this. But And there's another one that's super popular right now. I can't even remember what it's called. Let me look. This thing is popping off, man. Actually, what's his name? Slant 3D. The
Oh
name we shall not speak of.
yeah.
Did a did, did a thing on it. Covered it. Hold on.
I feel like we should be doing some kind of home shopping network type thing,
Dude,
or we
right?
just like
We could be selling right
make
now,
up.
guys. If we got any advertisers in the chat, hit us up. Hey, this is it's always not sponsored.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We'll just cruise.
we're just a
We'll run across it, right, Mark? We'll
we're
run across it.
we'll run it up. We'll run it up the flagpole.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Hmm? Mr. Schaefer says, "Good evening to M3 is 3D and Master Snail." Mr. Schaefer, oh, I dropped my mic. Thank you, sir. All right, here we go. But check this iPhone dock out, man. This is the hot one. This thing is popping off. Ah, man, you can't even really see it. Let me bring it up here. There it is.
Ah,
Have you seen that?
no, but
Okay,
what
so
is
it's
what is cool about this?
okay. So what's his nuts? I forgot his name. Like Jimmy Yuan or Yan or something. There it is. Here, look at this guy. This dude.
Wow, they get
This
clear.
dude has the cleanest like videos ever, bro. It's
Mm.
crazy. But look at he made this thing. It's just super clean. Like the headphones charge on top. Look, see
Ah,
that? You push it, bam, phone pops out. See that?
okay, I think I kind of get it.
Cleanness. Totally sexy. Anyway, um,
Hey, Magritte.
yeah, but look how many downloads this got. Whoa! It's got 3.1 thousand boosts. Okay, three, yeah. Oh my god. So this dude is loaded right now from this thing. And that's just on Maker World, bro. Dang.
Dang.
He's made oh man, I don't know. 4 or 5, 6,000 on Maker World alone? More than that,
Sometimes I
maybe?
sometimes I think I should just be making dumb stuff like this. You
You
know,
think that's
just
dumb?
like
That's
not
cool.
no, no, it's cool, but I mean like simple stuff, things
Yeah.
that are like that's. I mean, actually, I guess I don't know what components he's putting in it or something. Like, what is there like a wireless charger in there or something?
Yeah, there's a wireless charger in there, and there's a wireless charger for the headphones too.
Oh,
It's just
so like two of them.
yeah. Hmm. Yep, and there's a bunch of you know, remixes and stuff of this and in like 2 phone ones. It's really, man, it's cool, dude.
Yeah, like
Um,
in my early days, I was making these desk organizers that were kind of like that. And I thought about like, see, what I was thinking about doing is incorporating a wireless charger in there, so you'd have a place for the phone, then you have a place for the pens and all the different things.
mhm,
But the reason I didn't do it is because there's so many like wireless chargers out there, and like if you design it to fit one, in a few
mhm,
months that one's going to be gone. So
yeah,
then you're like redesigning it, then you're redesigning it again. And like I just didn't know if I really wanted to do that. Plus, it already kind of existed, so I wasn't even going to be the first at it. So, but it's cool that somebody's still making money from that stuff.
yep. Yeah, Schaefer says I'm slacking on mounts. I agree, man. I've been slacking, bro. I'm slacking.
Mm.
I've been busy with real life. I haven't been able to engage with my Fusion 360 addiction, and it's been bad.
But I think what you're trying to say is the pressure is mounting.
The pressure is mounting. The pressure is mounting. Okay, what have we got here? The pressure is mounting. All right, let me get back to the main screen. Wait, okay. I want to talk to you guys about something hot. I'm thinking, now let me know in the chat. Do you guys think that 3D printing is about to explode? And this is a hot take, but I'm going to tell you why. We don't get into politics on this channel, right, Mark? I don't want to
That's right.
catch you talking about politics on here.
Oh, and just so you guys know, if me and Snail got into politics, your brains would melt.
It would
Like
absolutely melt.
it would just be like galaxy brain explosion. We can't infuse you guys with that much knowledge
It's cruel.
without your cerebral cortex just exploding.
Right. not without a lot of background. I mean, you're
Yes.
talking about years and years and years of study, people.
Yes.
Um,
It's like it's 7 years contemplation, and then you get an audience.
right. Yeah, I can't truncate what I know. It's too profound. So, but what I'm thinking is cooking, guys. We do not talk politics, but things are as spicy in the world right now as we know. Now, fear has an interesting way of moving markets. And
Yes.
there is no easier production method than 3D printing. Fight me. I mean, production method where I can go from nothing to something in my hand. There
Idea
is
to reality.
there's nothing easier than that.
Mhm.
Therefore, the skills, that people, people think that you can just become a machinist overnight. False. You can't. That takes a while to learn. Otherwise, you're going to be busting tooling and you're going to get fired. So, I propose that 3D printing is about to explode. I think the next year, I would almost say like we're looking at a 10x thing. That's crazy, right? Bold. These things are so
Mhm.
cheap, but they're everywhere. And the other thing is I think we're going to get really, really good at repurposing old machines again. We used to be really good at that in this country. I think it's going to be a whole new generation of that does with 3D printing. Like takes the Ender 3 stuff and makes them monsters
Mm.
because they're USA, rah rah, and bro, you know, I really think that manufacturing is about to absolutely explode in the United States. Um, Whether or not that equals the exploding economy, who knows? We're not into politics, but we're probably going to start making stuff here again. And the way that we're going to do that, and it's going to be a big enabler for that, and an enabler for the industry, is 3D printing. I truly believe that. I think we're there. I think it's easy enough to iterate. It's easy enough to design for 3D printing. But yeah, Mark, what do you think, man? Do you think that's crazy?
Yeah, it's interesting. Um, I'm trying to summarize my thoughts on that. So obviously, what we're kind of talking about are the tariffs or the specter of tariffs. And let me know if this is not what you were kind of alluding to. Obviously, protectionary tariffs could certainly be a thing, and it wouldn't take. Well, let's just put it this way: I've never personally manufactured anything in China, but I've worked for people that have, and there's a lot of overhead and tooling and preparation and long-term stuff. So, and it's a centrally planned economy to a decent degree. So that's just something that tends to move sort of slowly. So if you get a factor that starts pricing out the Chinese competitive goods and stuff like that, obviously, you can say whatever you want about the macroeconomics, but that does benefit us. It benefits like us specifically because all those plastic things that were made in all the injection molded factories and stuff,
And it's
and
funny, David's project said that, man, what you're about to say. He said,
uh,
since we can't get plastic stuff from China, we need to make it. Go 3D printing. Um,
yeah.
I mean, I think that's
Also,
probably going to be relatively. That might be a truer statement than we think. Um,
it could be. The other thing I was going to say is I'm trying to I'm trying to say this without revealing my source, but we're certainly getting a lot of 3D printing plastic from places like Alibaba, and that's being shipped from China, of course. And so it's like all we'd really need to do is just drill more or process more oil here, and
mhm.
clearly that can get made into 3D printing plastic.
Well, I was
I
gonna
don't
say, well, you don't even need to do that, dude. PLA comes from the United States. Like we produce most of the plastic here and ship it over there, and then they send it back.
really.
Yeah,
I haven't looked into that specifically, but
yeah,
that's
we can produce baby girl. We got a plastics industry in this country. Okay, that's one thing we can do. The steel industry, though, I think that might be a problem. The steel industry has been gutted, as far as I know. So that honestly,
one
but
of the,
that again, that bodes more well into 3D printing, man.
so what I was about to say with that, with the steel, I grew up right next to a rusted out steel mill when I lived in Kokomo, Indiana, and it's something I've definitely thought about. See, like there are certain industries where it takes a substantial amount of time for it to bounce back, basically. Like, let's say it just became economically super viable to make steel in America again. Like, let's just say the floodgates opened and it was like green light, let's go.
Yeah.
It would take forever to start like a bunch of mills and stuff. I mean, it would take at least a few years to get that rolling. And then you
Yeah.
got to hire people, and people aren't used to
You got to
like
train the staff. You got to train the staff, and let's just say in this scenario that we're talking about, you know, foreign helping you train your staff ain't going to be an option.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, normally if it's not a hostile thing, you can get people to train and do
Right.
all that.
Yeah, but otherwise, consultants are on hold, man. You know,
It's
so
like almost starting from scratch. But what I was gonna say to your earlier point is that's not the case with 3D printing. Like we're ready to go.
mhm.
You know,
Yep.
like you've got a billion people ready to go. Maybe not a billion, but a lot of people ready to
Dude,
go.
well, that's the thing. That's the thing with that's why I think this is like even if you were to absolutely cut new production of new machines, bro, then I'm sitting on gold right here. I'm sitting on gold.
Mhm.
All right, because I'll be selling these off for a pretty penny. You know what I'm saying? But like that this A1 behind me is about $50,000. This one next to it is about $75,000. It has 20 hours less. You know, yeah, no, like, dude, seriously.
Well, and if you know a lot about repairing machines, then you've got a real advantage.
Ooh,
It's just like if you're a mechanic and every car was $1 million. You know,
yep,
like so there's a lot of people that do 3D printing, but they haven't done it so much that they know how to really repair machines and stuff.
yeah.
So that'd be a whole industry just by itself.
Well, to be fair, you know what though? The good news is we're not far. I mean, we're just getting into this, you know, new consumer printer where you don't have to like do any leveling or anything. But I haven't forgot how to mess with my Prusa's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can level a bed now. I don't need that automatic crap
that's
if I don't
true.
have to. You know.
I actually
So,
haven't leveled a bed in like 2 years, something like that. Like mine just stay level.
that's awesome. Well, that's unique because most printers you have to do. But yeah, like these. Yeah, I mean, but seriously, if you think about like your machines, how long have they lasted, dude?
The oldest one, 6 years.
Okay, that's gonna last another 6 probably if you needed it to.
I could, I mean, they're mostly new parts at this point. Depends on what you call a machine, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, dude, it's gonna be nuts. And the machining industry is gonna be great too. If you are in machining right now, you're about to blow up. I gotta go talk to my boys actually, because it's gonna be crazy, dude. They're probably getting nuts. But they're not gonna be able to handle
Yeah.
all that. I mean, and there is a decent amount of plastics manufacturing here as far as injection molding, but
Hmm.
nowhere near to take up for the shortfall. Man, dude, it's gonna be crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like you were saying, even if the T word, that big T word that the TARMF things don't go through, um,
Yeah.
those, you know, even if it's just a pump fake or whatever, it doesn't matter, man. That fear will still spur people to start making their own parts.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. You get regime uncertainty, and then you start, like, especially, if it's a big enterprise, they're going to start thinking, well, we don't want to be subject to just like a tariff that could happen here or there. Like, it's not just whether the tariffs happen, it's whether it even seems like they're going to happen.
Mhm.
You know, like if you can afford to just not rely. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I get this. This
You're
is
right. That's exactly right. If it seems, oh, I see what you're saying now. Before
oh
pre-game conversation, yes.
yeah.
Hmm.
What I was also trying to get at is like
It takes me a while. I'm Polish. Sorry,
it's
I mean,
important. You're polished. No. No, what I was going to say is I think in the middle of all this, I don't think this is a political statement, but it is kind of good to remember that China is like really evil, you know? Like it would be kind of nice if we weren't so dependent on them. Like
pausing live stream. Pausing live stream. Too spicy. All right.
it's more of a moral statement to me than
Okay.
like some kind of comment about political machinations per se. It's like they do have like concentration camps and
Up to
stuff.
the next on our next thing, we're going straight into 3DQ. This is now. Let me tell you something, gentlemen. Sorry about that. I had to stomp you on you. All right, we got these boys up in Canada. Let me tell you. Are you guys familiar with 3DQ in the chat? Who's familiar with 3DQ? I'm hoping Mateo from 3DQ he's supposed to be up in here. Mateo, you're in the chat. Give us a shout. Okay, look, these people are the real deal. They've been in business for I think the last 5 or 6 years now. They have a mean production system. I'm talking about this thing is like you can see everything. You can see the camera views. It's got AI detection. It automatically knocks off the part. The bed cools down. They got a special bed. It releases the part once cool, like really releases it, and it goes through the automation process, knocks it off. But that's not the really cool thing, guys. Is this queuing system? This is not sponsored, by the way. Okay, but I'm just saying. I think this kind of thing will have a huge, like these guys are so poised, dude, to kill it right now. Because the amount of farms needing it, because look, labor is going to be very expensive very shortly, very expensive. You're not going to want to hire people. You're going to want to get more into automation and more into that loop is going to continue. Okay,
Yep.
these guys are about to kill it. If these guys do a Series A funding, listen. This is not financial advice. I am buying. All right. But here we go. Let's see. Matt and Steph and the rest of the crew, including great users helping out. Yes. Yeah. Steven, Matt, these guys are true legends. I mean, I right from the jump, I was interested in this system. Let's see if I can get a video of it rolling. Look at this. I don't know if you can see the screen. But you'll see in a second. Yeah, these things it just knocks them off, man. And that's why I put these printers at 90 degrees. Now I gotta say, full disclosure, I haven't been using the system regularly, but because I'm making a bunch of different types of parts. But when I make the same part over and over again, like if you have a part that's just it is on autopilot, put it on that
It's on
sucker.
fire.
It's great, man. Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's just one of those things. But I think what's so cool to see this is like these guys are in perfect position to just smash. And it works with Bamboo, it works with Prusa, it works with Ender, it works with or Creality, sorry. It works with the whole
What do they have that's actually proprietary? Like what's to stop somebody from actually just copying them?
Their software stack is extremely advanced. They've been developing it for years. Like it's really, really clean. Yeah, as far as like well, it's not proprietary. Well, it is it's trade secret. Is how they make their vapor bed. That's kind of their secret sauce. I mean, that vapor bed that releases when it cools down. Yeah, but really though, even if it wasn't for that, like I would still use it right now, and I probably will for automating without the knockoff part because it's really, really clean. Like you can have a count of how many parts you got out. You can have you know what I mean? Like, because you just say like, okay, bed clear, and you do it in the software, and you don't have to do it on the thing. You just put back the bed, and then
what this just to give, because this is obviously really about entrepreneurship. Just to give everybody's perspective, what this makes me think is like, okay, what can I do that this couldn't do? You know, like, or this isn't optimized for, and it kind of makes me feel better about, or this would be sort of irrelevant to maybe. And this kind of makes me feel good about like my big 3D printing because like, you know, taking it off, like if you're making a bunch of small things, this is super useful. And most people are. But it's like if I'm taking something that takes 3 days to print, you know, the amount of time saved by just peeling it off the bed and stuff isn't that big. But I don't know. That's one of the things I like about 3D printing is there's just so many directions to take everything. Like, and it's also just makes it stuff like this is obvious as an indication of where the industry is at. Like, if people are really trying to automate making small things, it's like the contrarian move sometimes is a good thing to think about as well.
Yeah, That's a good point, man. Yeah, like it's what isn't being supplied in the gold rush. Look for that and do it.
You
Um,
know, you know who made money in the gold rush, right?
the miners sell the people selling pickaxes.
Yeah,
Supplied.
I was gonna say the people in the bars selling whiskey, but yeah,
Yeah, that
basically
too.
the same.
But really, really, truly, I mean, they had a much, much, much higher rate of success than a
Mhm.
miner. I mean,
They're
for one, they
they're
didn't have to go out there and freeze to death. Um, you
yeah,
know, so I mean, even if they didn't succeed, they had a better life, probably. Well, I don't know, but because I can see the adventure being really cool, man. To go out there and
for
mine. What do you
sure.
think? I mean, did you ever watch the Gold Rush Alaska show?
No, I think that was a little after my time.
After your time.
I don't know. After the time I had a TV.
Oh, okay. But no, amazing show, man. And they have the Gold Rush, the Bering Sea Gold Rush. They do like dredging. You're familiar with dredging?
Hmm.
Like where they take the suction hose off the barge and go down there and like suck up the silt that, you know, um, it's super cool, man. And they make a lot of money. And that was, I don't even know what gold, let me look at the gold spot price real quick. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm curious what gold's at actually.
I bet it's. I haven't looked in years. I bet it's at 3,000 an ounce.
No, I haven't looked in a couple of years, and be honest, and it was about 1,200. I bet you it's only about 13 right now. Watch.
Really? I remember it being like that much, like a decade ago or something.
No, you're right. Dang, dang.
How much is it? I can't. Oh,
2886, man. 2,886. That's the spot price right now.
if anybody wants to know how I guessed that, I remembered it being like 1,200 about 10 years ago, and then I was thinking about like doubling and stuff and average return.
That's crazy.
Yeah, obviously, like I don't know. Ever since crypto, gold just stopped being interesting to me. Like gold is what everybody was, all the crypto dudes were into before crypto
Mhm.
existed.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if crypto was started to get dumped for precious metals, like right about now. Be
Hey,
honest.
you never know. Stuff can happen.
I that's not a bad move. I mean, yeah, I don't know. But dude, check this. Check this. I don't have the money to invest in gold. You guys let me know how that goes. Let me know. But yeah, dude, check. I'm looking at your thing right now. I just want to show everybody this real quick, just real fast. Just take a break, sip some water or whatever beverage you got, and
Smoke them if you got them.
smoke them if you got them. Feast your eyes on this. The smoking lamp is lit. Look, hold on. How do I maximize him? I can't. Oh, there he goes.
There you go.
This, I want you guys to meet Sergeant Slobber. Oh,
somebody somebody in the Discord came up with that, and I never named it that or anything, but that just became his name. It's
it's
like
hilarious.
you just can't not call him Sergeant Slobber. Like,
Once you've heard it, you can't unhear it.
that's
All right.
branding right there.
That and I like the Chihuahua pilot. That is super cool.
It's
But
actually it's been one of the best ones.
really?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I mean, I think it's cool. I made it just because I thought it would be a cool thing to make, not trying to calculate what the best product is or anything. But yeah, the Blanket Boy is doing good too.
How many blanket boys we sold?
I don't know. It says on the screen. I haven't looked in a while. I want to say like five
No.
or six.
How many you sold on Etsy?
I sold two of them.
Already?
Yep.
Damn.
I almost don't want to say this, but there's a guy that downloaded and copied it and then put that on his Etsy page. He even painted it like I do. Like I've got some very sincere imitators out there.
Dang. So the Colts 3D, are you regretting it?
No, I mean I'm thinking I might do a DMCA or DCMA strike or whatever. I think I'd only do it if it seems like he's actually going to sell some. The only thing that really pissed me off is he copied all my keywords as well. Like he just literally copied and pasted the title. It's the most blatant thing ever. But all his pictures suck and like he's got no reviews and I just don't even know if I like do I really want to copyright strike
Then
some guy?
again, he might lead people to this.
Yeah, like it'll probably come up in the suggested underneath that listing, and then they're gonna click on mine because
Is
mine's
he
better.
undercutting your? Is he trying to undercut your price?
It might be a couple bucks cheaper or something like that.
DCMA this fool. Get him strike out.
I
He's
probably will.
get
I
out of
probably
here.
will.
That's crazy. Sorry, that's what set me off. is he trying to compete with you on price? That pisses me off. You know what I mean? You want to sell it for the same price? You're a DICK. You know, but all right. You know, he took the risk. He put it up on Colts. He's a big boy. You know, but you want
What
to
I
try and undercut him? You want to try and undercut him? How much
just
should we expose this listing?
no, I'm not gonna give him publicity. Like that seems like the wrong thing to do.
All
One thing
right.
I will say though, and the plan from the beginning with Colts is if I had a viral product, I would take it down because like maybe the design is still out there if a few people downloaded it or something,
Mhm.
but usually by the time something's really big, that's when you start getting the imitators.
Mhm.
Like if you sold hundreds of something, then people start getting the idea. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
need to rip that off, and then
Yeah.
they'll look for the file and they won't find it.
Yeah. And then consider themselves geniuses for ripping somebody off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I don't know.
Honestly,
You know how I feel about it. I put everything up. My chat is keeping me honest. I got this guy named John. This dude's a total gem. He spanks me like every day about moral things, but he what was he telling me? Oh yeah, I was going to keep that guitar mount, the screw one. I had the look, dude. Look at this. Okay, come on, hold on. You tell me. Okay, I was about to keep. I've got this one up. I've got the red one up already.
okay.
The guitar hanger. It's on Maker World if anybody wants to download it right now. So, but yeah. So I had it up, but it has the arms on here or whatever. And I did the screw in once. I got it right here. Hold on a second. I can show and tell. Look. So now it has the arms that just screw in like this, so you can ship it and stuff. Right.
Mm.
All right. Well, so I was gonna keep that for myself. I was feeling selfish. I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep this for my Amazon self, so I can ship it like this, and I'm gonna have a competitive advantage over everybody that sells it. But you know what he reminded me of?
What?
Integrity, Mark.
Oh, Tegra.
That I word. Don't you hate that I word? It kills me. But alas, I succumbed and I told him that I would put it up on Maker World. I haven't yet. I haven't gained the strength, but I will.
Well,
So
one day you will gain that strength. You'll find the inner strength within you, inside you.
I feel it welling up.
Yeah.
What else were we gonna look at? Wait, what else we got here? Oh, the guest shop. Whoa. I gotta find that. Hold on.
Oh yeah. The guest shop. You saved the link, right?
See what? All right, let's see. Dun, dun, dun.
I forgot to do my stretches before the live stream.
That was a good catch there, Schaefer. Come on, 3D Shop Solutions. We keep our chats clean. Don't be crazy. All right, let's see. What were we looking up here? Oh, I gotta get that chat open here. We got a special shot for you. We have not even looked at this. Seriously, me and M3 are dedicated to not looking at this beforehand, right, Mark?
Fresh eyes.
Fresh eyes. Search for it here. Shop. What was the name of the shop again? I'll find it. Something like oh, there it is. I got it. Oh, KayDee3d. We are here.
All right, let's take a look at this thing.
Let's take a peek. Ooh. Do I see functional designs, Mark?
I think you may.
I think I see functional stuff. Hold on. Hero. Look at this, man. This guy found a niche and he's going for it. Look at it. Hold on. Let me pull something up. Look at this dude. He's doing shower stuff. Let me see how much variation we got here. Wago lever. Nah, okay, he's got a phone. That's cool too, though, dude. Look right here. That's a smart idea, man.
Hey, there you go. That ain't bad.
That's smart, bro. Wait, what are you selling this for?
What? Is he making all his money in shipping price or something?
Hold on, let's look into this. I think we're gonna have some spicy things to say here in a minute. I'm just hold
Muy.
on, hold on. Refund processing fees $2 if you cancel your order. Your refund costs more than the item price. All right, hold on. Where's
I didn't know. I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't either, man. Do
This
that,
guy's
Mark.
this guy is inventing business practices.
I love it. Hold on. Let's see what we got going on here. Download 3D print. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's an STL, bro. It's an STL.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. See, that's how people in real life though do it though with these STL
That's
files.
right.
That's
Yep.
how it really goes, people. I didn't read. I assumed. I made it out of you and me. Look, all right, I get it, but let's see if this guy's selling it for real. No, he's just selling the files in that one.
Okay.
Okay, but he's got some here. He's got some here. Wait, no, those are these all? No, hold on. Okay, yeah, this is print. That's dope. Look at this. I think you know what I think this is for. I think this is maybe for like accessibility. Hold on. Let's see. Say goodbye to cold showers and hello to perfect shower. He used ChatGPT to make his thing, so I'm not going to read that. But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Do you see it?
It's a little fuzzy, but I can basically see it.
It's like I think it oh yeah, okay, it raises it up. That's smart. It took me a second. Like it's a little bit unclear if I had any. I don't know why I can't. Okay, now I can see it better. That should be the first photo. That should be the first photo. Whoever's doing this, it's much more clear what's going on.
What's the advantage of this over just a traditional option?
Because you can raise, like, see down here, you can raise. I don't know if you can see that. I can't zoom in, man. Unfortunately. Oh yeah, I can a little bit. There you go. There you go. Now I'm zoomed in. But you can raise up the thing to go to the next. Like you can raise it up higher. Get another level to raise up your shower wand.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess I kind of get that. I'm just not enough of a shower expert, maybe. I just run the
you
water.
heard it here first, folks. He doesn't like showers.
It's actually funny. It's actually funny that you say that because something I've thought about for years. I think there's this cultural difference that most people don't understand between the South and the North in America. In the North, it's much more common to take baths. Like in the South, because it's like cold out. You know,
I do. I take a 45-minute bath every day. Fight me.
Yeah, and
Dude.
I'm an aficionado as well. I've done both at this point in my life, but I'm just saying, like, I've not. I have forded both rivers at this point, but so I don't think in that much detail about the dynamics of shower use. I'm gonna be honest.
Wayne Bronikowski, fellow Polak, says if you're a 6'6", then no shower is tall enough.
That's
6'5",
true.
Wayne. I fit in everything. That extra inch, gotcha. It gotcha. But all right, here we go. Let's go back to KayDee3d. I wish you know what? KayDee3d, why aren't you selling these? Why aren't you selling these? Wait, hold on a second. See, that's why I was confused. Hold on, let me show you something in here. I see something in this listing. It says 2x switch plate phone holders dock digital download. What does that mean?
Well, it's for two. I assume it's for two switches.
2x switch plate. Yeah, that's hard
that seems like not the searchable term. I mean, I don't know. I haven't done SEO research on this.
Yeah. Do you need to make titles like that, or can you just say something normal like phone holder light switch thing?
I guess I would say it with the caveat that you have to know your customer base, and I don't know this niche, but it doesn't seem like the most searchable. One thing I was gonna say though, what this guy, if I had to give this guy one piece of advice, because obviously that's the point of this segment, he needs to find something that's iterable,
Mm,
because it looks like he's doing a whole bunch of one-offs. What you really want, and this is true of like YouTube, this is true of Etsy, almost anything like that. You need an idea that you can make 100 of, 100 versions, so that they look at the first one, then they want to see the second one, then they want to see the third one, and eventually they have enough sunk cost in it that they're
so you have like you put like you'll put do the wall holder and then but you'll put it on both sides, maybe.
yeah,
And then like or a wallet holder and a phone holder. And
something like
then another with a tray on the bottom, maybe like for like putting your keys or like a key nubs. Like there's several variants. Is that what you're trying to say?
well, I don't know specifically what I would do, because this is a people have made what are they called, switch plates. People have made a lot of switch plates.
Mhm.
So I would really have to think about like what is unique to do in this. I mean, there probably is some kind of unique thing to do. I'm
Mhm.
just saying, like, he's kind of doing decor or like hardware type things, and I would say that he needs to think of something, try to be thinking of something that is iterable in that
Mhm.
space,
Yeah, that makes
something
sense.
that's unique and iterable,
Yeah,
because
so
then,
if I was gonna make a suggestion here, I would say iterable. Well, you can't really iterate on that specifically, but well, okay, no, yes, you can. You're right. Oh, dude. Oh, okay, this is what M3 is saying. I'm like I said, I'm slow on uptake. Takes me a minute. But what he's saying is like you could put like a phone thing on there like welcome home.
yeah,
You could
exactly,
put yeah, exactly. Or like a triangle cutouts in there. Make it a different style, Art Deco style. But yeah, I would iterate function if I was gonna say something too. So I would definitely do that. I think that's what you're alluding to. And then like simple additions that you can do that takes me down the rabbit hole. And I would go even further than that. I would put like a wallet thing. I would put little key nubs. I would put maybe a tray to a little catch-all tray underneath of it. I would
yeah,
iterate on that, especially since you're selling the STL file. You don't have to print this thing, so you don't have to worry about the efficiency of it. Man, deck it
yeah.
out. You know what I'm saying? Deck it out. So,
Yeah, so one thing that's nice about text products, I got into this a little bit when I was doing custom name ukulele holders, is like here's one of the best strategies for Etsy products. You go on eRank and you just look for catchphrases that are trending. You know, you look for like there's all, bless this mess, or like live, laugh, love, and
yeah,
stupid stuff like that. And you just find like, okay, what's really popular and what is there not very much supply of.
right.
And all you have to do is find something you can slap that phrase on that other people haven't done yet.
Yep.
And
100%, dude.
this is like that's what I would do with this business basically. If I here's something that here's a way I think about this. If you teleported into their body like it was Quantum Leap, you know, if you just like suddenly became that person, what would you do? And like that's what I would immediately do with this product line.
Oh
I
man,
would
I
I'd
almost
be
said something. I almost said something non-PC and repeated one of my favorite Quantum Leap scenes. That'd have been so bad.
yeah, thanks for editing.
I pre-edited myself.
I actually
uh,
tried to rewatch Quantum Leap a while back because I was seeing it as a kid.
does it
Like
hold up?
as a kid, it's like it seems like it's the most amazing show ever. And then as when you're like actually grown up and watching that, you're like, oh, this is really stupid.
That's why I'm scared. I'm deathly scared. I'm deathly scared to rewatch X Files.
Oh yeah,
I won't do it.
that's
I won't
that's
do
a
it.
that's a show that does not make
I
sense.
respect Mulder too much. Scully was my babe as a kid. I'm not messing with. I'm not touching that tiger.
There are some things that could only exist in the '90s, like the movie Face Off.
I
You know,
love that movie,
it's a great movie, but like that,
dude.
the thing historians will not understand is that made sense in like 1997.
It did.
It's like,
Like that
why
movie was
can't we do?
relevant. It felt legit. Exactly, with the guy in the end with like the monk or whatever or the priest. And he's like, that was it, right? Didn't he play like a priest or something? And he was like planting explosives.
Something like I don't. Okay, I
So
don't remember. I don't
I can't
remember
remember.
every
Yeah, I
plot
can't
line.
remember scene by scene, but I just remember some of it. Like when he had the face, he's like, I was like, this movie is classic, and he, you know, that gets into a bigger gripe about so like Nicolas Cage, like I love the guy, but man, he's done like A movies and Z movies. I can't track with that. If
So
you're an
true.
A movie actor, don't mess around with D movies, bro. What are you doing? Like I
It's
get
so
it's a
true.
paycheck, but you're throwing off your audience. What'd you say?
It's so true. I think honestly, the turning point was National Treasure.
I
I
love
think.
National Treasure.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. I'm not really talking crap about it, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, I think he took that role thinking he was about to make the most profound movie you've ever heard of.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
He's like reading the script and he's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I
Got
watch that now, and it's like that movie's super occult, man. Yeah, but it's yeah, it really is.
he just thought this was like going to be the movie of all. He thought he was making Star Wars when they filmed
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
it.
Yeah, this is it. This is the one. Well, but do you remember what was but Con Air? You said
The
okay,
Rock.
audience. Oh no, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay.
There is an actor on Con Air
Mm.
that M3 says that I look like. I don't believe him. I don't see any resemblance in mannerisms whatsoever. But
Yeah. Audience, please say what it is.
who do you think it is? Let them vote. Let the people tell us.
The people.
I'll give you a hint. The virus.
If there's like a reason that nobody responds, it's because nobody remembers that movie.
Okay, but great movie, right? Like that was
Amazing.
Nicolas Cage on fire, man. I gotta rewatch that. I'm writing it down.
I actually think Con Air is the movie of the '90s. It is the action movie. A lot of people would say Die Hard, but like, see, with '90s action movies, you had to have an absurd premise. Are you giving it away?
No, I wrote it down.
Oh,
Watch
right.
Con Air.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think somebody guessed it actually in the chat.
What? You did?
I think Wayne got it.
Oh, you are not Malkovich. See? I know. That's what I'm saying. Wayne, I don't. The only I can say like, no, he beats me. He hates me on his money. I can do it every once in a while, but I'm not John Malkovich, man. But yeah, people see different things.
All I'm saying is
Michigan.
John Malkovich is an okay looking guy.
Schaefer says there was a pic I saw today of a missing guy from New York. You look like him.
See, that's way worse.
Bro. Hold on, let's see. It's a long story. Stuff got weird in the Big Apple. Went down. I left. They're looking. Don't report me. I'm in Texas. They don't deport from Texas. I'm just checking the chat. Sorry, we haven't checked the chat yet. We got anything in here? He's missing for 6 years.
Wait, you were born 6 years ago.
All right. Here we go. What do we got? All right. What is the next segment we got here? I'm sorry. What have I been looking at? Our stuff.
We did the guest segments. I think what we decided the third last segment was going to be is us sort of talking about what we did this week. Unless you want to do something else.
Close. Schaefer got it close. He said, "Are you like 38?" I am 40-ish. 40 yarn. All right. I've noticed that you've been picking up your German lately. You're trying to cater to the Germans too, aren't you? I see those Germans. I see those Germans in the chat.
Yeah, wunderbar.
That's wunderbar. All right, let's see. What am I looking for? Hold on. Let me pull up your thing. Do we have anything? So we're gonna highlight stuff that we were doing this week. Let's talk
I
talk
thought it
about.
I thought it could be a sort of recap, you know.
Okay,
Since it's a weekly show, we could kind of recap our little projects and things maybe, or just whatever we were doing.
sure. Yeah. Well, I've been lazy this week, so I haven't done much. What about you? How was the trip?
Well, I figured you were gonna ask, so obviously I got speed.
The original.
I got a bunch of VHSs. These were all like 10 cents a piece,
Dude, what?
not something like that, 10 to 50 cents, something like that. But yeah, I got Road to Perdition. You know this
That
movie.
must
It's
have
like,
been one of the last VHSs though, that man. I mean, because I'm saying that was close to DVD time.
yeah, I want to
When
say
was
this
that?
is
Hold
like
on, let me guess. Let me get Road to Perdition 98.
actually 98 was going to be my guess, but 2002.
What? But even weirder. Yeah. Okay.
That's what it says anyway.
Hmm.
Got Carlito's Way, good mob movie. Now here's one.
I never seen Carlito's Way.
Have you ever seen The Insider?
Um, Al Pacino, Russell Crowe. I don't think I have.
Yeah. This I don't think it was like you can see it won like 7 Academy Awards or nominated 7 times,
Dang.
but I don't think it was actually a big seller at the box office. But it's just like some guy testifying against big corporations. You know, they made a million of those movies in the late '90s. The original Top Gun, like I believe when the VHS player or
Dude, how is that 10 cents? People don't understand that is going to be worth like thousands of dollars, dude.
I think so, but when VCRs, that's what I was trying to think of. When VCRs came out, originally like the actual tapes were super expensive. And the guys who made Top Gun thought they would make it way cheaper than most of them, and this was only like $50 new in the '80s. And
What was $50 new? That movie?
yes, yes, VHS tape. Originally
Oh my
they were
gosh.
super expensive because of all the rights and stuff. Um,
Wow.
but I think this is the original like print from the '80s.
Dude, I'm gonna
So,
look that up right now.
so
Original.
I had to get that.
Hey, Schaefer, can you look up? We got people in the chat. We got boys in the chat. Schaefer, can you look up real quick the original selling price in today's dollars of Top Gun? Thank you.
I'm gonna make a prediction. If it was $50 in the '80s, I'm gonna say that's 5 times $250.
You think it's $250 in today's money? Okay, I'm guessing in today's money, if it was $50 then, I'm almost thinking it's $50 in today's money, is what you're saying.
No, it was like $50 in
Really? In 80
I
what?
believe the '80s. It was like for rich people, basically.
80 what? We got 4% per year over year. So you're probably at 100, you're at 110 probably. Let's see what Schaefer says.
Yeah.
Dang, dude, that's crazy. Why was it because of did they not have settled like whatever the 80s version of DCMA was or whatever, or what was it?
Yeah, it had something to do with the legal framework because they just thought like I mean you have to imagine, but before there was like movies at home, they thought people were going to gather in rooms and like show these like movies or something, you know.
Wayne, okay, what was don't look at the chat, don't look at the chat, don't look at the chat.
Okay.
What was you guys give him trivia. This guy's a trivia king, and I'll tell him not to look at the chat if I see it come in. But what is the last movie that was on VHS? And I'll give you a hint. 2006.
I already saw it. History of Violence.
Okay, he's honest, people. He could have faked it, but like, all right. Give us any more. You got any more movie trivia? Okay, I'll just come up with one.
Okay.
First, what is guys? Try and put this in the chat without googling. I'm gonna check how fast this is. All right. First one in the chat wins nothing but my respect.
Which is priceless.
Naturally. What year was the first Back to the Future release?
You're asking me?
No.
Oh.
You can answer in 10 seconds.
I'm actually not super sure.
I believe it was the year I was born.
Yeah, I was about to say 1985.
I think, well, it was set in 1985. I believe it was shot in 1984.
Well,
1986 is Bron Nikowski. Let's see.
I,
1989 San Diego is way off because that's number 3. It was in 89.
I thought
Um.
I thought you meant sort of released.
Oh, well, okay, released. Yeah. Oh, it might have been. You're right. It probably was released in 85. Yeah, for sure. Hold on, let me see. Let's check it out.
I actually
Look
didn't
up.
think about the plot at all when I said that. It just seemed like it happened right before I was born or something.
July 3rd, 1985. Beep,
There we go.
beep. Got him. All right. How about the first Indiana Jones?
Oh, that's a little harder. Yeah, let's see if people get it.
I think I got it. I think I know it. I
See, I can
think.
think. I can
Wait,
think a
no,
little.
wait. Did I say the first? I said the first, didn't I? Or did I say the third?
You said the first.
Oh shoot. Okay, now I might. No, I think I do got it because it was around Star Wars era. I remember that Star Wars was 77
Yeah,
for Star Wars. For A New
but
Hope was 77,
but
and then you
but
had
you
like
could.
3-year period of some bangers, and I think it was the tail end of that. I'm guessing 80.
I was thinking it was 80 or 81 personally.
All right, let's see. Let's give him a second to chat.
Yeah.
We gotta remember. Well, let's see. I'm going to start to type it in. When was Indiana
I'm gonna say 80.
1 filmed? Or release date. 81.
Oh, I almost said 81 just to be different.
Nice. Yeah, you said that line the other day. Bad dates. Oh man, that is such a good line. You
You
know?
name after the dog?
Yeah. He like grabbed. He's like, in the air. That's like, dude, Spielberg. Man, these people are such next level geniuses. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as
something I think.
creatively.
Something I think that like this generation, these modern generations don't get that we got is we had like specific dudes in movies that we were supposed to be like, you know, like we when we watched Indiana Jones, we were like, we need to be Indiana Jones. Like that's what you're supposed to grow up and be.
Yo, we got Schaefer. We got Schaefer. We got Schaefer hunting for you, baby. Look at I agree with you 100%. Sorry, I was looking at the chat. Schaefer here says he just let me know. He's like, Snail, Top Gun 1798 factory sealed on eBay right now. How much does a plastic shrink thing cost?
Not very much.
There you go. Put it up. Factory sealed. Right on eBay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
actually
factory sealed. Get out of here. What do you think the chances that Top Gun factory sealed is actually factory sealed?
this actually is in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of wear right there, but that's about it.
That is in good shape, honestly. That's probably. I bet you if you put that, you could probably reflip that. You know what? As an experiment for next week, would you put that in eBay?
I'm not on eBay anymore.
Okay. Well, I think what hey Schaefer, can you see? Is there any used Top Guns on eBay? Can we get an analog of that? I'm guessing that'd be like $10.
See what we need to
Oh,
what
okay.
we
80s kid. Don't look. Don't look. Okay, he didn't say anything. But what year was Goonies released?
Oh, that's hard.
That is hard, but I think it was the year of my birth. It was a
It
big
would
year. It was a big
it would
year.
be
It was a lot of celebration.
it would be pretty close. I remember seeing it like as a kid and it was like, "Oh, this came out a few years ago." It probably is like 85, 86, I bet. I'm going to say 85.
I'm gonna say 84. Let me look. And we might
It
be
just
both
seems
off.
like
No, you know what? This might actually be like 88, but let me look. Here we go. Boom. 85.
there we go.
Dude, you know what's crazy too? This is what I know. I noticed something the other day. It's so funny. Like the only real record that we have that's clear of these time periods is film, because like you had personal cinema and stuff then, but it's so corroded now and corrupt, and like the only
Yeah.
thing that's withstanding the test of time and looks clear like it was shot yesterday, except for the garb, Goonies or whatever, from the 80s, like that, whatever they were filming, and like it is really held up well. You know,
Yeah.
the digital age. I mean, it's
One,
remastered, I'm sure, but it's awesome.
one party trick I can do is from about 15 years of recording music. I can listen to any recording made before 1980s, about 1990, and after about 68, and tell you what year it was recorded, but based
Mhm.
on the recording quality. But a lot of it is like fads and stuff. You
Mhm.
know, oh, they did the drums all big sounding to try and sound like Def Leppard back then. You know, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
You kind of do the same thing with movies, of course. If you just kind of know what like the fashion was in
Yeah,
different parts of the 80s, you can get it pretty close.
you can. Can you tell? Are you able to tell like this on that like spotting things like where somebody's from based on like their facial features? I can get pretty close, especially with Europeans.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, like
English
The
people
Dutch
definitely.
looks so they got like round faces, you know, like you can really tell them apart. It's really funny, man. But oh, 80s kid, he pulls out this 80s kid's a star. Is he an admin yet? We got this guy as not an admin, but a moderator.
He seems pretty motivated. I'll say that.
Hmm. I see you, 80s kid. But he says dances with wolves.
Mm,
That's a tough one. I think
I
it's 89.
Yeah, it's definitely later. I think Kevin Costner really had his like golden era a lot later than some of these other guys. I want to say Who Dances. Only seen half of it, and it was a long time ago. I want to say like
Dude, you've
I
only
would.
seen half of them? Oh, that's criminal, man. 90.
I was
Shot
about.
89. But the dude, okay, Mark, put that on your list. I put Con Air on my list. Now you put Dances with Wolves on yours. And there's a scene in the opening scene with a lieutenant that I want you to remember because you remind me of that lieutenant.
I hope that's a compliment.
It might be. he he goes he was semi insane and he not semi he was totally batshit and I can't remember exactly but it's like and welcome I just pissed myself when he came into his office. It was pretty hilarious.
I would
um
say for a movie that's almost the same, I kind of like The Last Samurai better, personally.
I that now I've only seen half of that.
Hey, put that on your list.
Last Samurai, good one, guys. Do you guys got any suggestions in the chat where we got to watch? Share with the class. Anything new? Any new shows that we got to watch? Share with the class.
And by new, we mean maybe early 2000s.
Yeah, not contemporary too. I tell people all the time, like I'm looking for a new show. I'm really not. I don't watch TV anymore. I try. I don't have time, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't have the brain space. I'm on YouTube. You know, like
exactly.
there's a so you guys should be on YouTube too. Every Friday night at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. All right. So Schaefer says so. There is a graded Pepsi promoted copy of Top Gun. Whoa, whoa, ho, 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 ho. We got some hot here. Hey, Mateo from 3DQ said, "What's up, Mateo?" I think that's Mateo from 3DQ. I don't know,
Ah,
but he said I've been liking Severance. I've heard good things about Severance, man. I really have. Layer Cake is one of my favorite movies of all time, says Wayne.
have you seen
Layer
Layer
Cake.
Cake?
I have not seen Layer Cake, dude. Let me look this up. I
It's
don't
one
even
of
know
the
if I've heard of it.
it's one of the first movies that made Daniel Craig famous, if I remember right.
No way. What?
It was like a British movie, I want to think, and it kind of got big enough that he got known in the States, I think. Um, I would say
Noted.
I would say it's a 7 out of 10. Not to
Really?
not to just piss off Wayne. It is good, but it kind of makes you just want to watch him as James Bond.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, he is a good Bond though. He is.
Yeah,
Is there a new Bond coming out anytime soon? Does anybody know? I haven't seen a Bond in forever, dude.
a box office Bond.
Let's see. Let's just see. When's the next? That's nuts, man. This
Oh,
is good. I like this the trivia segment. We got to bring that. This will be a special segment every now and then.
we should do a trivia section. It'll be just like
100%.
it'll be like a night at a bar. We'll end in karaoke.
Yeah, exactly.
He really
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
I kind of buried the lead here. Eraser.
One of my tops.
Yeah.
It's
Eraser.
because of the pulse weapons. I thought those things were the rail guns. Were they rail
Yeah,
guns?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, so cool. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Every 12-year-old boy wanted one.
Oh my
So
gosh, dude.
true.
100%.
The
Oh,
best thing in Eraser was that CGI alligator from the zoo. It's like the worst thing you've ever seen in your life. It was like Jumanji or something.
nice. Mateo said, "Yeah, it's me, not the one from Florida." Okay, nice. That's cool, man. Yeah, no, there's I didn't did Mateo know that story? I didn't know I told him that. But yeah, there was this guy in the live chat. His name was Mateo, and I was like, "Hey, Mateo from 3DQ." It wasn't Mateo in the last name, but I thought it was him for like 5 minutes, dude. For like 5 minutes straight, I just started like lauding Mateo from Florida, some random guy that came in the chat, and he was like, yeah, that's not me, man." But Mateo's from 3DQ, sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I like a good Mateo, really.
Yeah.
You can
Oh
get a
man.
bad one, really.
We just
I
talked about it. Mateo, can you give us any hints on any big upcoming things? No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, dude, we're excited. We're excited for we talked about you earlier. You definitely have to go back in the episode, Matt, and check it out, man, because we definitely give you a shout out. And I put it out there. Just a little recap. I think that 3D printing is about to explode. You guys in the chat, let me know. I just have my spidey senses like it's so primed, It's so
I'm
primed.
ready. I'm ready for it. I will say I've gotten more custom work lately. It does seem like there are people that are just wanting like I actually that just sounds stupid. Are wanting custom work. That's kind of the same saying the same thing twice, but it does seem like maybe that could be a big thing. I'm kind of glad I'm in it. I'm glad that I like can print big things in particular.
Yeah,
It
dude,
just
for sure.
nobody does it.
Yeah, well, not really. I mean, other than other than the one guy that made that Moai copy of yours. That was so funny. Oh man, what was that guy's name? He had his YouTube channel, but I forgot it.
Who are we talking about?
But you said one time you delivered food to him or something. Some irony.
Oh, you're talking about Technical Tinkers.
That was funny. But you delivered food to that guy, right?
Yeah.
Dude, there's 340 million souls in this country. You delivered to the guy before he knocked you off. You stole from him first.
Well, I didn't steal. I didn't.
You
Hey, I didn't steal.
You took honest money from him first.
I took honest money. I don't think I got any tips from it, but.
Ooh, red alert! Red
Yeah.
alert! Shots fired! Shots fired!
No, it was the weirdest thing because his channel name is Technicals Tinkers, technical stinkers basically, and but there was this place I delivered to when I worked at Jimmy John's called Technicals and Posh, and I'm like, there's no way that's the same guy, and then I looked it up, and it totally is.
That's
and
wild.
I delivered probably a dozen orders there over the couple of years I worked there.
It's so weird, and it's his business.
Yeah, it's vape stuff. It's like vape juice and stuff. He isn't a 3D printing guy. Like he's not. He doesn't even do that. But I don't know.
I mean, he's definitely an entrepreneur like us. So he's got it written. I mean, he's a hustler, But yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, was there anybody else in the 3D printing space that we need to talk about? Like, there's some channels that are starting to pop off a little bit. I mean, Snail.
Oh yeah,
like and subscribe to Snail.
Yes, absolutely.
Dude, I got a shout out. If you guys want one of these are exclusivo. Okay, while I'm showing you this, Mark is going to debate whether or not to put a link to his Discord in the chat. Not very many people get in.
Ooh,
Not very many people get in. But if you're here this late in the game, you're cool. But here we go. Check it out. Look at this shirt, man. This thing is sick. Mark, you see this?
Yes.
Is that not cool? It says, "All right, Moses, let my people go. He was drawn out by God. to lead God's people out of captivity. Check that out, dude. But that is not AI art. That's legit, man. If you guys want it, look in my Discord. Not, I didn't make this. This is for a friend of mine, but he's going to release these pretty soon. So if you guys want to beat on these, let me know, because these are cool, man. He's going to do a whole like Bible series on these with like different artists, or they use because the AI stuff, he wants to commission real artists and pay them well to do these.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. I think what do you think about that? Like, bringing that up, what do you think is going to happen with this AI art thing? I think human artists are going to become much more sought after. I really do.
Yeah. Well, here's actually the first thought I had about it back when I started using AI art tools. Like, something people forget about before the Industrial Revolution, like people that made guns, for instance, gunsmiths,
Mhm.
the parts weren't interchangeable because the parts were made specific to each gun, right?
Mhm.
And so, like, guns are certainly a thing that became mass produced, obviously, and are mostly mass produced. But there are still guns that are made like custom, and they're
Mhm.
like those really fancy, awesome hunting rifles that have the
Mhm.
scenes like dentist drilled onto them and stuff. And I kind of think that's what it's going to be. It's
Mhm.
like there is a lot of very functional art that nobody cares about. You know, just like some graphic that you need for your website or something, or a banner for some stupid thing. And I think AI is perfect for that.
Mhm.
But there's always going to be like the real art is
Yeah.
probably only ever going to come from humans, or it's going to be real art for people that are not discerning. Let's just
Mhm.
say, like anybody that has any real taste, I think real art will always be a thing. In the same way that custom gunsmithing is always going to be a thing.
Dude, check this out. So somebody put in the chat, I agree. Have you seen this guy, Mountain Maker?
No, I've heard of him though.
Dude, super cool dude. Okay, you need to check out this channel, guys. If you haven't seen it, Mountain Maker, super cool. Okay, Macy's Makes, she's another one. She is the sweetest little thing. Look at this.
Oh, I was about to say that.
What?
Macy Makes is. I was about to say that Macy Makes is one of my favorites.
She is, man. I think she is she's adorable, man. But here, I'm not ashamed to say it. But hold on, let's see. Uh,
She's she's from she's from pretty close to where I used to live.
oh, nice. This guy off the bench, another big one, heavy hitter. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I don't think I've
Guy,
ever seen that
he
guy.
does new guy. He has a small little workshop like me, something cute, something petite. You know, we're not all ballers with our own space like M3 3D. You know, I mean, he's big
Oh.
time. You know, but some of us have to be in a shed in our backyard. This guy's in his basement. He's cool off the bench. I got anybody else in here? Williams Workshop, Sam Crafts. This guy's pretty big, man. He's got a lot of subs. He's got 117K subs, man. Look at this guy. This guy's a monster. He does some pretty cool stuff. He does like fixtures and things for lasers. But
Hmm.
he makes a whole bunch of different stuff, man. Would you ever get into a different like would you ever get into like lasers or engraving?
Yeah, it's one of those things. I've almost bought one a bunch of times because they make small ones that aren't that expensive. Plus, you see them used sometimes.
Mhm.
And especially when the AI art thing came along, I kind of thought, like, when that first happened, I thought maybe there's a way to combine this with wood burning or something like that and make like something like that. But that's how I ended up doing the wall art. Um, so I just made a bunch of AI wall art that's like, sort of line art that you put on your walls.
Uh-huh.
And actually, ironically, it's been a couple of years since I did that, but they're starting to sell now.
Oh wow,
Like,
really?
I made like
Wow.
70. I made 70 designs, and none of them sold. It was
At
just such a good
all?
idea. No, actually, well, like one or two did or something, but they wasn't worth the time. But
Mhm.
now, like some of those designs are actually starting to sell, and it's really strange. Um, I have no idea why that would be. Seems like if anything, there's more people doing that kind of thing now.
What do we got here? David's project. What are you talking about? Just did a Kickstarter for a small office CNC. Tell me more about that. What's going on with that? Sorry. I like seeing that, dude, because I saw this guy. Okay, hold on. What's the guy's name? Guys, help me out in the chat. Who's the guy that made that really sweet vise? He does a concrete pour into the stuff. I'm not gonna be able to find it, but he does. He's made a mill. He's made a drill press. He's made a lathe. I don't know if he made a mill. I think he made a mill. Yeah, I think he did. But he like he 3D prints it. Borga. Okay, here. This guy. No. Let me find it here. I gotta find it. Oh no, come on. 3D printed press. Here it is, Chris Borge. This guy, man, look at this stuff, dude. Want to see something cool? Here we go. Open lathe. Look at that, man.
That's cool.
Dude, he does a video. He's a great videographer. Some of these people, like, that's a key thing. I'm all right at making videos. I can edit a stitch or two together, but I can't do stuff like this guy, man. He's brilliant, man. He's
The
got.
thing I'm always thinking, the thing I'm always thinking with like lathes and stuff like that, it's like there are just so many more possibilities with 3D printing. I just wonder, like, what new thing could you ever find to do with a lathe?
Oh, you'd be real surprised.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even saying there isn't anything. I just don't know what
It's
it would be.
well, I mean, a large number of parts in the world are circular parts, circular parts, and that
Right.
can be done.
Radial symmetry.
Yeah. Do you see this right here? This vise. Check this
Yeah.
out, dude. He printed it and then poured in the concrete. You know, he has bolts in there, everything for structure, kind of like a lattice structure in there, but it's a little bit of metal in there and everything. But it's, dude, it is really, really clean, man. And this
Definitely
kind
cool.
of stuff is what I'm talking about. These things this innovation isn't going to slow down, guys. So if we get into a pinch, a manufacturing pinch, bro, it's going to be like a maker revolution, man. Because I would say, like, wouldn't you say that, like, ESP32, Matteo, like a Pi, that could probably, do you think a Raspberry Pi could technically be built in the US? Do you think do we have the hardware here to build newer Raspberry Pis and stuff? I think we do. I know TSMC, for example, they are in, well, Taiwan, but they build most of the higher quality chipsets, the newer stuff. Like the silicon comes from there. But I think, like, Raspberry Pi I think we have the infrastructure to do that in the US.
Something I would think about Raspberry Pi is, even if you can't make specifically a Raspberry Pi in the US, we have so many old computers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's just a billion of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can certainly
Dude, good point. That is a great point, man. Honestly, just think of that's never been a thing. But imagine, like, a big scale effort at reclaiming the component parts on chips.
Yeah.
Whoa, that would be freaking nuts, dude. That would be an industry in itself right there.
Yeah, I mean, normal computers have been so commodified for so long. Like, when you think about just a PC from like 10 years ago, it's not even that different than a PC from now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we have so many, for basic things, we have so many computers that would work. It's not like the old days where you really needed a brand new PC to run anything good,
Mm-hmm. San Diego says, when Snail is going to do a suicide drone factory. Nope. No, sir. No more making arms for this guy. Let's see. I think the U.S. has a capacity problem for low-cost CPUs right now. Matteo says, I think the U.S. has a capacity problem for low-cost CPUs right now, but if the U.S. expands its foundry capacity, it totally could. Yeah. You think the steel industry will affect the chip capacity. You're right, Mateo. You're right. Yep,
One of
100%.
the one of the things that's good news for that though is anything that's like an old industry, we completely know how to do it. Like obviously,
Well, now because of AI, yes.
well, what I mean is like something like a foundry. We know how to make foundries. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
it would
true. But
take
dude,
it.
there's without AI and stuff, like there's old we do, but to get to the efficiency that those old foundries are at
Yeah,
will still take time because they figured out through hard knocks. That's the name of
yeah,
this podcast, by the way. We are at 10 p.m. MS or EST on Friday nights. Um, but yes, that is 100%. Something that like you need to learn through hard knocks in order to become more efficient. You need
yeah.
to.
I was going to say like eventually it becomes refined, but we at least know how to get started.
Yeah, man. No, you're right. I mean, you're 100% right. Of course, the talent is here. Yeah. It's more the pain of something like that would be incredible. But you know what? Realistically, though, honestly, with modern tech, I'm saying with AI, aren't those days? Isn't that a bygone era where you don't know the secret sauce anymore? I mean, it might hallucinate, give you a whole new secret sauce, but
I don't
you know,
know. I would say the devil's in the details with something like that.
that's true.
Like like some stuff because AI models are trained on existing knowledge, and so it's like it's trained on whatever's on the internet basically. And
Hmm.
so like how much? I mean, I guess you can have different data sets, but fundamentally, what I think of AI as being good at, it's like knowing somebody that's pretty competent at everything, but not really an expert at everything or anything in particular.
Well, I gather that's the end goal, is the
Yeah.
AGI and then ASI, I guess, or general intelligence and super intelligence. But that's still speculation though, because those curves can end abruptly.
Yeah, the thing I tend to think about it is like AI is good at synthesizing knowledge that we already have, but
Right.
I don't know
Yeah,
how it
the
gets
divergent,
beyond.
the divert. Yeah, exactly. That AGI point when you have this divergence, or was that ASI, whenever the singularity happens, where
Yeah.
alleged singularity, where the same. I mean, me. I think God gave breathed life. I don't think this is something that we can. It might be something, but it is possible to deceive humans into thinking that something is just as intelligent or that has the same capabilities or whatever. That can certainly happen. It does happen all the time. Um,
Yeah, it's really I tend to think that the ceiling is going to be like it just can't really come up with new concepts. It can synthesize different concepts together a little bit, but originality and it's hard to know what inspiration really is or where it comes from, and I don't think it's an
mhm.
earthly thing. You
Yeah,
know, I think
yeah,
that's what it comes down to. But we'll find out.
maybe we will. Yeah, we're right there, baby. Um, but yeah, shoot, guys. Anybody else got anything you got to put on the chat? Mark, you got anything else, man? I think we are about ready to wrap up here pretty soon. Unless you got a
I think we kind of gone through everything. I got a bunch of cassettes.
Oh, hit me. Hit us real quick. Finish it off with some cassettes. Watch
I got
hour.
I got Alanis Morissette.
Dude, Jagged
This,
Little Pill.
this is
Love that. I wore that thing out, bro.
yeah, yeah. I rocked it on the way back, but this is like you don't find like '90s albums when you're looking at cassettes very much. But yeah, we also got Salt and Pepper. Got to have
Nice.
you know just as hot and heavy. The Carpenters.
Nice.
It's so funny. Like my parents used to love the Carpenters, and
Dude,
like
everybody's parents love the Carpenters.
I know, and like I just hated it, and I just never wanted to become the person that listens to the Carpenters.
And yet
But
here you are.
you get to a certain age, you just lose some testosterone, and you're like, you know what? I actually like this.
100%.
I'm tired of pretending. But Crowded House, biggest album ever in New Zealand history.
Dude, yeah, I saw that in yours. You guys check the description if you don't know. M3 has his own epic YouTube channel. He does daily vlogs. What I saw that on there. What is that?
Crowded House. I've
Can
often
you
thought
play it?
about.
Will we get copyright struck?
Yeah, definitely.
Dang it.
But Well, I've often thought about like why they were a big deal because it's kind of hard to put your finger on. But I think they were like early enough in the '80s that they kind of sounded like REM, and
Uh,
REM's thing was like they kind of sounded like a '90s band in the '80s, and so like they were really ahead of their time. And I think Crowded House, even though they only really had one hit, was kind of in that vein and
for what?
early.
For what? For what? For the 2000s?
Well, for the '80s,
So
yeah,
they were not they sounded 90s.
they sounded pretty '90s. It was very
That
like jangly and acoustic,
that
and
is interesting. You can definitely tell that, man. So like there that is a sign of of a problem with original thought, sort of like you were
Mhm.
saying, because it does like you can feel and sense what era something is from artistically. You know,
Yeah.
that is definitely a bellwether to what you were saying earlier, that it's hard to have an original thought that isn't inspired divinely or whatever you were saying.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to say with that. It's
Mhm.
like I think AI will always be really good at telling you what the status quo is,
Right,
or maybe even like if you ask it to combine ideas, it can do it. But somebody has to still do that.
for
It's like
sure.
even if you can make it say something original, it's
Mhm.
just fleshing out something that you thought.
Right. Yeah,
You know,
exactly. It's a parrot. Yeah.
So
Some you
I
know.
don't know if it's ever gonna if there's an AI bubble, I think it'll be because of something like that.
Mhm.
Because people are just expecting it to become Skynet and be this omnipotent thing, and I'm not sure that's really gonna happen. You know.
I tend to agree with you. I don't know that that's going to happen. What does Mateo think? We need our genius in the chat to chime in. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I mean, there's a lot. The predictors that say these things tend to be very very confident in themselves. But I think that their confidence will be dastardly, knocked against the rocks at some point.
True, and also some of those people are really motivated. Like of
Mhm.
course they want to say AGI is coming, and we all got to be ready for it because they have AI companies.
Yeah,
It's like they're like,
exactly.
oh, we're gonna make this really amazing thing. They don't want to say like, okay, I think we pretty much got the perfect version of it already,
That's
more
true.
or less.
It's like you can bet on stock. You can't I guess you can play the market somewhat based on like Moore's law, sort of.
Yeah,
You could probably well, not even probably. I'm sure you could work out some algorithms to use Moore's law and effectively use that in the market. But that doesn't translate to things like this, I don't think. I think people are automatically assuming Moore's law translates like more capacity equals more better.
true.
I don't think that's not always going to track, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I kind of think it's only been a few years since AI tools were really around, but
That's true.
I was using ChatGPT pretty early on when it was like version 3 or
Yeah,
whatever.
me too. Yeah.
And so like think about how what it was like then and how much better it got. But it's like it's not really doing anything
Mm,
super qualitatively different. It's just
true.
better. It's kind of better at what it does, but it's not like it's changed in kind, you know.
Yeah, it almost seems like a refining rather than a leap, you know?
Yeah. It's kind
Um,
of doing what it did before.
Yeah,
But
and people are like, "Well, we're gonna have a local on the devices," and so it's like, yeah, I mean, it's super, super effective. I mean, gosh, dude, like it's becoming one of those things. It's becoming a Google. You won't be able to effectively compete without it for sure. Shortly, probably, or you just won't want to because it'll be too much hassle where your neighbor isn't spending that much hassle.
I think
Um,
there are a lot of things in tech that get really commodified. Like a lot of people would have in '97 would have said that search engines in 30 years or 20 years or whatever that we're going to be like so much better and so much different. And they have sort of gotten better, but like
but not
Google
really.
isn't
Actually, they've died.
yeah,
What's
they've
so
gotten
funny?
worse.
They've gotten worse, bro. A lot worse. And Google now, if you get on there, you have the first half of the page is taken up by their AI results, dog.
ads ads and stuff too.
No, by their AI results, bro. Look, watch. Want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
search
yeah.
right now?
No,
You-
I've seen it, yeah.
It's crazy, man. Like, what the heck? That's
So
bananas to me.
so it is a little bit like I mean, is AI definitely going to be different than that? you know, like maybe version 7 of Chat GPT or whatever is
Mhm.
like really, really refined, and it kind of has a more intuitive sense of what you're really trying to ask and stuff. But is it going to be like qualitatively different? I just,
Yeah.
I just don't know that that's definitely true.
So Mateo says, to be honest, there's so much smoke around AI. It's hard to predict anything. I think AI can be really amazing for specific use cases. AGI efforts seem like it's reaching a point of diminishing returns. I agree.
There you
Um,
go.
really huge breakthroughs are happening for specific use cases of AI. Absolutely, especially like medical and stuff. That's
Yep.
spooky though, man. Or slow down on that stuff, people. But maybe many of these can be combined together to make something big, make something bigger. Dude, real cool. We'll end on this if you don't. I mean, I'm getting tired, but
Yeah.
what do you think about real quick about the medical advancements in AI stuff, like life extension? I
Well,
see, bro. Once that cat's out of the bag, try and put that genie back in the
I
bottle,
think
bro.
I think the same thing applies in the sense of there are see it's I think of it a little bit like vaccines, not to talk about anything political. Like at first vaccines were this big difference, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And then it's like okay, it solves a little bit more and a little bit more and eventually we start getting into the problems that those things can't solve. So I think so
Mm-hmm.
I think with medical it's like there are
Infinite regression of problems.
yeah, it's like a diminishing return kind of
Yeah,
thing.
we definitely
But
have a 120-year maximum according to my faith, but like
what I
that's
was sorry, go ahead.
no. I was just gonna say so that's it. It gets into really like I think like deeply quickly into deeply theological territory with
Well, yeah,
with you know
all the deep questions do.
no yeah, but I mean like
I,
it's yeah.
well, what I was going to say is I think there are medical advances that are just dependent on being able to parse the data,
Hmm.
and AI will probably be really good at that. But the thing we just don't remember about, like, especially medicine or science, is a lot of it comes from creativity. Like, Einstein did what he did because he was a super creative guy.
Hmm.
It's not about, like, getting a lab coat and doing a bunch of tests. It's like, we're going to literally just think up some stuff. You know, the gentleman science era was amazing because it was just a bunch of guys who were curious and wanted to figure stuff out.
It's true, man.
You know? Like, and it's not, that's not what any of this stuff is anymore. It's not people
Mhm.
that are just super, I mean, obviously there are people, but that's not the general character of it. It's like a very commodified thing and it's not taking chances and really taking risks anymore.
Mhm.
And AI will never do that, probably.
Yeah, well, do you think it's gonna make people lazy? That's the thing. I don't know. You know, but it's like more effective. 10x your output and
Mm.
half your motivation. Or something like that.
Yeah. I kind of tend to think that for motivated people, there's a certain kind of person that everything helps them, and there's a certain
Yeah.
kind of person that everything hurts them.
Oof.
And like,
Preach,
you
brother.
know, AI is one of those things. I think it's really good for people that are good for making things good, or
Formula
making
is still the same. We gotta work your butt off, man. It'll always be that way.
up.
It's always gonna
Like,
be that way, man.
yeah. So
It's
you're
never gonna change, dude. Because even if there was complete if it I mean if the AI thing is anywhere near what people are predicting, then it's going to be a great equalizer amongst men. It's going to be Sam Colt for the workforce.
yeah.
But um that doesn't mean that hard work can't differentiate you in that situation too, because it will. You'll
Well,
always
it,
stick out with that.
it might be that making certain aspects of life easier just makes people even lazier.
Yeah.
You know, it might be that we
which
get
would which would which people who hustle would stand out even more. It's always going to be the formula, man.
yeah. It's like you always get some kind of productive hierarchy. Like they're
Hmm.
just people that you could do everything for, and nothing's gonna help.
Yep.
You know? I don't know. It's kind of it's both hopeful and depressing, honestly.
True. Mark, you ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, guys. I'm gonna leave you with this guy right here. Was given a blessing, and he gave it to his bro Aaron, and Aaron gave it to the Israelites, and I'm about to drop it on you right now. It's about 3,000 years old. Let me know if it still hits in the comments. Here we go. The Lord bless you. Insert your name here and keep you. And may he make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. and may he look upon you with his great favor and give you his peace.